Hi, today we're going to be making this sparkly Christmas sign. Welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see it's super sparkly and cute, and it's just cardstock and paint and glitter and some seed beads, so it's pretty easy to make. And the first thing I did was cut out 2 squares and a Christmas tree for some cardstock on my silhouette. Then I took my favorite Rust-Oleum metallic silver paint, and I'm gonna brush some of it around the edges of the tree, just the outside edges. And next I'll take the gold colored Rust-Oleum metallic paint and do that around the edges of the white card. Just trying to give it that sort of interesting, unique paper look using paint instead of actually buying specialty paper. Then I'm going to use this copper colored metallic Rust-Oleum paint and do the edges of the red paper. So the next step, I used Mod Podge to attach the pieces of paper to each other. Unfortunately, I forgot to film that part, so I don't have it. But once that glue set up, I decided I didn't really like the way the copper looked on the edge of this paper, so I'm just going over it with the silver on the red paper again. So the next thing I did was go over everything I've done so far with Mod Podge. I sort of want to turn the cardstock into something more solid so that it will stand up without falling over and everything will adhere to it really well. So I just gave it a fairly thin coat, but not too thin coat of Mod Podge over the whole thing. Once the front had dried, I did a coat of Mod Podge on the back as well. And you'll notice for a lot of this, I'm working on wax paper so that the Mod Podge doesn't stick. None of the paint sticks. Everything just comes off fairly easily. Once everything dried, I took this red acrylic paint from Shutter Art, and I'm mixing it with this Craft Smart silver metallic paint in about equal proportions. And then I'm just going to paint along the red in some swirls. I'm just trying to get a lot of interesting effects with this next step of painting. So I'm going to be doing a lot of swirling shapes and different colors and have the paint be a little thicker. And really just as I feel like it. I don't have much of a plan, except I do want to do the red on the bottom and do some white and green on the tree. Once I was happy with the red, I'm going to take some white and some silver, mix those together, and do sort of the next section. I'm trying for a little bit of a winter wonderland feeling to it, which is why I'm doing all the swirls, as if this tree was out in the snow. And while this silver paint's still wet, I'm going to sort of blow some fine white glitter onto it, just to make it look super sparkly. So these little squeeze bottles of glitter came from some craft stuff I bought at a yard sale. So unfortunately, I don't know where the people got them, but they have a very fine point and you can just sort of squeeze the bottle and it shoots out just enough glitter to get into the paint. So next I'm going to take this green from Shutter Art and mix it with the same Craft Smart silver in about the 1:1 proportion and paint it on the Christmas tree. Then I took a different style of fine glitter from, this I got from Michael's. It's in their Recollections collection. And I just sprinkled even more glitter on. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the silver and mixed with a little bit of green and just do some sort of very abstract trees in the background kind of tree. So it looks like this Christmas tree is in the middle of or at least near a forest. And then I sprayed some more glitter on that bit of tree paint. And then to add one more bit of embellishment, I'm going to take these seed beads that I had also bought at a yard sale. And I'm going to put some multicolored ones on and I'm going to put some green ones on. So first I put a little more of the colored paint on so I'd have something to stick the seed beads to. And then I just sprinkled the seed beads on. So the last thing to do is give it a couple good coats of Mod Podge. Front and I did another layer on the back too. I don't want the seed beads to fall off. I don't want the glitter to fall off. And I'd really like it to be almost like I made it on a piece of wood, which you could easily do as well. But I figure with enough layers of Mod Podge, it should be pretty solid. So I put several coats of Mod Podge on, and once that had completely dried, the last step is to make a little stand for it using these popsicle sticks and some hot glue. So all I did was hold the card up where I wanted it to and take the first popsicle stick and set it so that it seemed like an angle that it would stay up at. And then I dropped it down with the top of the popsicle stick in the same spot and just added a big blob of hot glue. And then while that was still liquid, I lifted it back up so that it was sitting where I wanted it to sit and just held it for a minute till it had set up enough to stick. The second one was a little easier. I just added the hot glue to the end of it and stuck it right on the back. And then again, I picked it up and so that it would set up in this where I wanted it to be a stand. So I think it turned out really cool, very abstract, but super Christmassy, and I'm going to love having this out somewhere in my crazy collection of Christmas stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.